One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Warriors, welcome to episode number 93 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. So happy to have you on the show, my friends. Today, I'm going through a very powerful visualization that's going to help you to tap into the components that we need to create change. What are those components? The energetic component. You must imagine things being different in order for that difference to happen. The mental component. You must think your way through things. The physical component. You must act out things, and also the emotional component. You must be emotionally engaged in whatever skill that you're implementing. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a powerful visualization exercise that you can begin doing today to create the change that you want. But before I go there, I have to get a few things off my chest. Number one thing I need to get off my chest is this. Just because something doesn't fit with your belief system doesn't mean it's wrong. This is what we call cognitive emotive dissonance in CBT. The idea that because something feels wrong or it's not in line with our beliefs or values, that it is wrong. You'll see this a lot with people doing a certain skill set or trying to apply some advice that people are giving them because it doesn't fit with their identity. It doesn't fit with who they think they are and the beliefs that they've gained over the years. And therefore, they half-heartedly implement the advice or the skill set. But I want you to really understand something. Change doesn't happen until you begin to gain a certain amount of flexibility in the way you think and the way you see yourself and the way you see the world. Nothing is only black or white. Nothing is this way. You have to understand that there are so many different ways to see something. So what we have to do is we have to begin questioning our beliefs based around the results that we're getting. Are you getting good results in your relationships, your leisure time, your mental, your emotional health, your physical health? Are you getting good results? Great. Your beliefs are fantastic and you're manifesting all the things that you want. But the Anxiety Guy podcast is mainly about trying to help people get through anxiety, which means if you're listening, you've got anxiety, which means that you're not getting the results that you want in your life, which says that you've got to begin questioning these things and begin getting more open to change, okay? Because a lot of people are stubborn. They're stubborn, and they're unconsciously stubborn. They're saying, that'll never work for me. Oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I don't have the skills for that. And they limit themselves. Why do you limit yourself so much? Neuroplasticity says that your brain is very, 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 very capable of changing its neural pathways, changing its functions, and changing the way your brain in fact looks. And if this is the case, you can in fact create a whole new reality to you if you just begin getting more flexible in how you approach things. But going back to my own anxiety recovery and gaining this sense of calmness and self-mastery that I now have, I want to give you one sentence that you can begin using today in order to begin gaining more flexibility and clarity. That sentence is this: what else could this possibly mean? Now, when an internal challenge happens, I want you to ask yourself, what else could this possibly mean? When something external happens, like a practical problem, I want you to ask yourself, what else could this possibly mean? Let me give you an example. I get a sensation of anxiety, and I'm talking about health anxiety sufferers right now where they are very caught up internally, very associated, very future-minded, very catastrophic. when they begin feeling a sensation that leads to a story, that leads to more adrenaline, you have to ask yourself this question of, what else could this possibly mean? And the answer can be that I'm sending the wrong signals to my nervous system, which means I'm going too quickly. I'm talking too fast. I'm driving too fast. I'm not aware of things such as my breathing, my posture. I'm not aware of the words that I'm saying. You'll notice that when you ask yourself this question, you start to go deeper than just handling the symptom. We don't want to handle the symptom. What we want is to get to the root of the problem, the origin, the cause of it all. With every effect, there is a cause. Okay, with every effect, there is a cause. Nothing happens by coincidence. You have not gained health anxiety by coincidence, generalized anxiety, panic attacks by coincidence. Things happened in a certain order. You started encoding that in your system, and you began playing it like a record. This is what started to happen in your life. So I want you to begin asking yourself the question of, what else could this possibly mean? Don't just go into reaction, emotional mode, where you start to go, oh, I've got to avoid something. Oh, I'm dying. Oh my goodness, am I going to faint? No. What signals are you sending? What else could this possibly mean? Ask yourself the question and then dig deeper. Go into a couple of seconds of just diving deep into what kind of signals you're sending. What does this truly mean? And get different answers, my friends. The other thing I started to do during my anxiety recovery was I started to change my expectation into acceptance and courage. That means that when I applied something into my life that I thought was going to give me a really good result, and when I didn't see that result, my expectations were blasted. What I started to do was I started to say, you know what? I've practiced anxiety for a set amount of time. I've practiced these beliefs for a set amount of time, these words, these habits, these routines. So instead of expecting a change, what I need to do is I need to accept that it's going to take a certain amount of time in order for me to create change in a different way, positive change. And also that I must have the courage to move forward each and every day. I must find the courage within me in order for me to change my life, because change doesn't happen without courage. Notice that I didn't say change doesn't happen without belief. You don't have to believe that change can happen. You have to have the courage to begin thinking differently, to begin going deep and questioning yourself and questioning your beliefs and questioning your authority figures' beliefs. You must have the courage to do so. You must have the courage to go to Walmart and walk into Walmart and say, you know what? I accept my sensations because they are truly just sensations. Also, I accept that people are going to be rude to me. I accept that I may not get the response that I truly want from people, and I may get some criticism as well in the meantime. I accept all of it because I'm not going to live in a place of entitlement, okay? No more entitlement. So, we have to change expectation into acceptance and courage, my friends. Understand that we're all going to die. We're all going to die one day. But with anxiety, and especially health anxiety, we die 1,000 deaths throughout our lifetime. And that's not fair to you or your support team. That's really important to understand, because I don't want you to go through your life just trying to get through the day. It's not good enough. It's not enough. You have to live a fulfilled life. And in order for that to happen, you've got to start making changes in your life. I understood that it wasn't only about healing the mind, okay? It wasn't only about healing the mind. It was about healing the mind, the emotions, the body, and the spirit / my energy field. I was emitting a certain energy throughout my entire days that was going against what I truly wanted. This is really important because your current reality is an interpretation, and that can change through clarity. Okay, let me say that again. Your current reality is an interpretation, And everybody's interpretation is different, which means their reality is different, which means that you can change your interpretation. You can begin to see yourself differently, see your friends differently, see your environments differently, your behaviors differently, and therefore you will change your reality. Clarity is gained through a deep understanding of the thought, emotion, and behavioral signals I'm sending to my system throughout the day. When you begin to gain this clarity, my friends, everything changes. And the thing we truly have to understand when it comes to clarity is that clarity is gained through a review process done with a journal. But too many people associate journaling to work, school, pain, so they don't. Key word here being associate. They associate the journaling to pain when in fact they need to associate journaling to pleasure. What is journaling going to give you? When you begin to pay attention to how your day went and the routines that you set for yourself and the reactions to your sensations and how you reacted to a certain person that criticized you, when you begin to pay attention to the things that happened, you gain clarity. You can't just do that through your mind. You have to put it on a piece of paper consistently. If you're not journaling right now on a nightly basis, I'm sorry, but you're missing the boat. You're missing a huge, tremendous tool in order to create the change that you want. And again, the word is associate. When I think about journaling right now, I think about pleasure. I think about clarity. I think about, you know what? The more I journal, the more clarity I gain, which means I'm moving my life in the right direction. I can't just think, oh, I did something good today. I truly was monitoring my posture and my breathing and my speed and all these things I need to do. And you know what? It went really well. I can't just think it. I have to externalize it in order to make it real in my nervous system. That's the truth, my friends. So what I want to go through right now is this powerful anxiety eliminating visualization. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you, and I'm actually going to just run you through this. So I'm not going to just give you instructions. I'm going to actually run you through it the same way I would if I was working with someone on Skype. Now, this is called the 2-minute flush. So what I want you to do is find a place where you can't be distracted. Obviously, if you're driving or you're at work, you're going to have to come to this time of the podcast, and begin the visualization session from this point. Okay, it's totally fine. So find an area where you can't be distracted and just sit there. Take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes. That's it. Just close your eyes. Deep breath, going deeper and deeper, just allowing yourself to let go completely. Let yourself go completely. Anything from the day, anything that you want to look forward to, just be in this moment for a few seconds. That's it. There you go. And then what I want you to do is imagine you being completely empowered. Think about a time in your life where you set a goal and you achieved it. You did it. You were so proud of yourself. And just notice how you're standing there in your mental movie. That's it. Notice how you're standing. Notice your posture. Notice your breathing. Good. Notice your environment. Notice people. Add some attributes. Notice people pointing at you saying, my goodness, I wish I could be like him or her. And then notice what's around you. Notice where you are. Good. Notice the colors. Notice if it's black and white or if it's colored. Good. And just get in touch with that image. And then what I want you to do is I want you to physically point to this image that's hovering just a few inches away from your eye level. And that means that you physically take your finger and you point to the image that's like a painting residing a few inches away from your energy field. No longer is it just in your mind, it's hovering just in front of you. So go ahead and physically point to it and then make a big white frame around that image. Good. Because this is something that we want more of. Take this image by both ends and take this image over your head now. Place it just over your head. Good. And then what I want you to do with this image just over your head is I want you to flush yourself with the image over and over again, bringing it from head all the way down to your toes, like you're showering yourself with this image 10 times. Go. So what you're going to do is flush, Bring that image all the way down from your head to your shoulders. Bring it all the way down to your pelvic, all the way down through your legs and down to your toes, over and over and over again, and noticing the emotions, noticing the feelings that come with each and every flush. Over and over and over again, making this empowered you, this empowered feeling just grow stronger and stronger and stronger over and over and over again. If you feel any sensations, allow those sensations to happen. Just allow anything to happen right now and just feel. Just feel what it feels like to be completely empowered, strong in every which way. And when you're done your 10, take a couple of deep breaths. Feeling what empowered feels like. Good. And then open your eyes and just begin allowing this to partake in your physical reality. Go ahead throughout your entire day feeling empowered. This is a fantastic morning routine that you can begin tomorrow, that you can begin each and every morning to begin your day in the right way, my friends. Thank you so very much for being a part of this podcast episode. I love you guys so very much. Take the lessons today, gain the clarity, implement this 2-minute flush into your morning routine, and I promise you, you will become the warrior because you are more than anxiety. See you soon.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.